Oh my god, now I need to order a custom cabinet. This man needs to get his ass eaten. How am I supposed to help?
I made it to the front, baby! Made it to the front! Yeah! Let's go!
Let's go!
Suicide Boys, baby! I'm on tabs! What? I'm on tabs! Of what? Azan! We're off to the moon, baby!
Woo!
Oh! Fuck the Church of the Latter-day Saints! Fuck the Mormon Church! Utah in this bitch!
Alright!
Fuck the Mormons, bitch!
Wait, what's up with the Someone fill me in, Suicide Boys fans. Is there a beef between Suicide Boys and the Mormon Church? I want to get caught up to speed on the war. Is that something that's going on? Why are they targeting Mormons? Oh, just because it's Utah? Okay, it has nothing to do with Suicide Boys.
Who were they? What did they believe?
Thanks to resub more zeros in the Prime Justin.
What does it mean to be a Velon thug? A Velon thug is the one that's, you know, you're hardcore, bro. A real life thug, bro. That real thug life, bro. That Velon thug life. Velon thug life, bro. What's the most Velon thug thing you've ever done? Man, I stole a pocket knife the other day.
Woo!
Why not? A V-long thug, bro. A V-long thug, bro.
Yeah.
Building. If you had to pick one person, who would it be? Probably Hillary Clinton, bro. All that fake email about them talking about pizza, but really they're talking about molesting children and a whole scam of child trafficking, bro.
Oh, his third eye is open.
Shout out Joe Rogan, Eminem, and all the V-Lone thugs out there, brother. V-Lone. Gang. What's on your mind right now?
You look goofy as hell.
What does that mean?
What?
Big.
In a good way?
Like, I guess, depends on how you know.
How would you describe yourself?
That question threw me off. Where are you guys from?
Seattle.
What are you guys doing out here?
Vibing out, talking to people, seeing what's up.
So y'all just came here to do this?
We had a hectic few weeks on.
Why is this guy so mean?
A few different
It's an
events.
interview.
To come to a music festival to see what's going on.
You saw my man's drip.
How do you feel about the police overall?
Bro, what? I feel like if you're generally asking someone like why they don't like cops, you kind of fuck cops.
That's the vibe you're getting?
I'm just playing. I put Seattle for real.
Who's your favorite white rapper of all time?
Shout out Xan. I love Xan. He cool.
You met Lil Xan?
Yeah.
Lil Xan almost from a flaming hot Cheetos
If I call
overdose.
him, is he gonna say?
Yeah, call him.
What's your name?
Andrew.
Oh. Thanks to resub Ninja and Dredgen.
Damn, on camera. Don't answer my call.
Lil Xan didn't answer?
No. Well, it's not Lil Xan. It's like his best friend, his roommate or whatever. Like he runs all it. You know what I'm saying? Channel 5 News.
Breaking news. Breaking news. You're watching Channel 5.
Andrew's so good.
With Andrew Callahan.
We're here in Salt Lake City at the Hive Music Festival. We've got wildfire smoke in the air.
Let's go.
Building. The baby's not performing. And also, breaking news, the Suicide Boys are not performing.
Oh.
To grow tonight.
Comes after
He really is psych.
homophobic comments a week ago.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking niggas in the parking lot, put your cell phone nice and hell.
The Grammy-nominated rapper then suggested people with HIV within 2 to 3 weeks.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS.
I remember this whole controversy.
They'll make you 2-3 weeks, put a cell phone like that up.
Fuck the baby!
I'm still rocking with the baby. Everybody makes mistakes sometimes. He said he's sorry. Follow me on Instagram.
Can we put the baby and Trump in the Coliseum together? Let's let him fight to the death. We can toss Epstein in there with him as well.
You look like
This guy's thinking.
Fucking crazy.
I have a SoundCloud. Follow me on Terror B.
What kind of music do you make?
Rap music. Terror B on the beat, coming with the heat. I know I'm lit, shit.
Whoa!
I'm coming with this, it'll make you flip.
Post Malone.
Wow.
Hey, Post Malone.
Thanks for some torchlight.
What do your dreadlocks symbolize?
That me and my homie took the time to actually do it and grow them this long.
Why do you feel like people hate on it?
I don't know why people hate so hard on
appropriation or something like that.
What's your goal for the night?
For the night? To see Zilla.
Yeah.
Hey, good taste. Actual good taste. All right, those guys are okay. Those guys are good in my book. I thought they were gonna pan to those two guys, and they'd both came.
I met this kid out there. I think he's your biggest fan. He wants to cut his largest dread off and give it to you.
That sounds nasty, but I'll allow him. I'll let him do it.
Should we do it right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh. Oh, how committed are
So
you?
excited. This is the only reason why I'm here right now. I love Zilla. That's my...
What's going through your mind right now? You're backstage, you're about to meet your idol and give him one of your dreadlocks.
It's just unreal. I feel like this is just fake.
It's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, he's gonna pass. He's gonna pass out.
No way, man.
Zilla just slaps
What's
him.
up, dude? I'm about to cut off a dread for you.
Is it worth it?
I think so, is it not?
It's up to you, man.
But
This is so weird.
There it goes.
Woohoo!
I don't know what to do with this.
Just throw it away.
Smells pretty good.
Just throw it
It
away.
really smells like shampoo.
Honestly, just throw that right in the trash.
No, I can't do a freestyle.
$10 in your Cash App right now.
Cash App, the best way to pay people to freestyle. The best way to get paid for freestyling. Cash App.
Is this an actual ad?
Cash.
Booty meat.
Back row seats.
Cup full of skeet.
What is this, like
Sitting by a big
Mad
tree.
Libs?
Put dildos into thee.
Bitch came from Italy.
What the f is happening?
I can't think of anything.
Metaphors and similes are like blades, cutting up the instrumental every day, and I do my thing. You have any tattoos?
Nah, I'm only 17.
That don't matter.
I'm gonna get time. I know that, but I'm broke. I spent all my money on this place.
It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
What do you mean? He just gave you his dread. This seems like it was pretty worth it for him.
He didn't even get to see his favorite artist, the baby.
Oh, true. True.
Fuck everybody who didn't come to this concert. All of you. What?
Hey,
Fuck
man.
everyone who didn't come here.
Why am I gonna drive out to
I'ma
Utah?
roll up a blunt, take a smoke. We could dance on a pole, on the floor, drop it low, run it back. We could both. She wanna ride the bro.
She want to ride the bro?
Why are so many people freestyling for this video?
Like she wants to have with my friend.
Which friend was that in reference to?
In reference to Alex here.
She wants to have to me.
Do you know your SPM?
Haley, what's my SPM? Strokes per minute.
At maximal velocity.
They got the whole crew. Andrew's budget is
You guys
big
fuck
these
with Zans.
days.
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite kind of Xan?
They got
Fat-
gravy
fat boys,
and baby no
blue
money.
ones. I was at a music festival and I did like 9 different drugs, and then I sipped some like
Thanks to the Prime
cold
Gurgle,
water
the
extract
resub
lean.
Mofo,
I
and
was like lying on a
Fosta.
carpet. I had no idea what was going on, but
That's a flex.
we were gonna make a softcore porn, and I asked my parents. I sat them down. I was like, "Look, I have a really good music video idea. I need to make the softcore porno." And my mom was like, "I have friends."
My mom was super down for me to. She was like, "Yeah, do a softcore porn. It's all good." And then his mom wasn't with it.
Oh, I have actually nut. I swear to God, I have nut flaccid. I don't know how it happened. It's crazy. Like, I just wasn't really trying to nut. I
What
just
what
nut.
concert is this?
I did.
It's less of a concert and more of just like a confessional.
Where were you and what was in your visual field?
Modern Family.
Exit tier 1.
We lying up
Slice
all up and
in the
down
Prime
this
Wazzle.
interview, bro. Do I look like I fuck with some funny shit like that? I don't get down like that, bro. Nah, hell nah. I'm out, bro. Yeah, thanks for the interview, my boy.
Blueface, baby.
What's up, man? Hey, I don't know who this is, but he remind me of right in the.
Yeah, Jeezy World, bitch. Hey, yeah, Jeezy World coming soon. I'm about to go crazy, man. You nervous?
This is wild.
No. Hey, I'm
What
sober, though.
concert was
my
this?
first show
Hive?
sober.
Is this scripted? I don't know.
Q.
This is crazy.
Of QAnon. Oh, Jeezy is Q.
I honestly don't. I didn't know about that.
He's the one who infiltrated the entire government.
You gotta get fly just to listen to the shit. Gotta put on these hoes and you doing it.
So Andrew just got to go on stage and vibe.
My bitch don't love me no more. All my favorite rappers are dead, bro. Long live X. I never had no role models. I never had no father figure, so I looked up to bro. I'm named after who wasn't even my dad.
What's your name?
My name's my name. And all I do is shoot videos and Photoshop pictures for the cover art. Y'all go home and call your parents. You say hi, mom, hi, dad. You wake up, tell your mom hi. She got breakfast on the table, waffles, eggs, all that. Me, no.
That's how you think that we live?
No, I'm saying it's possible because me, I've never experienced that shit. And it's
Never had breakfast?
No, I'm not saying I'm an orphan. I'm not saying I never had breakfast, but I don't go home to my parents, and I haven't since I was a baby.
Why?
It's
I
not
mean,
worth nothing.
But you
What
can.
I wear on my body.
I just want to tell
What?
you, man.
No, you're worth more than that.
I don't give a shit. Mouth state's full of Skittles, and the baby should have been here. Well, what's your name?
Kelly Binkard, Modern Edge Custom Cabinets.
We got Modern Edge Custom Cabinets. So, how many times have you had your ass eaten?
I haven't yet, but I'm not against it.
So if XXX Tentacion came to you before his passing and had a homegirl with him when he performed in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he had a homegirl here trying to lick your booty hole, what would you say?
I think this guy's really obsessed with booty holes. I think he really
Custer Cabinets is...
But I mean, who knows? I have been to federal prison, so...
There's so much happening. There's so much to process. Oh my god. Now I need to order a custom cabinet. This man needs to get his ass eaten. How am I supposed to help him with that besides ordering a goddamn cabinet?
The only thing on my mind is an alcohol.
Woo!
Weed is really good. I'm sorry for Utah people.
Let's go, my man.
That really sucks cock. At least we got this.
Wow, this guy really goes hard.
This is my daughter, and she loves Post Malone.
How do you feel about Post
What
Malone?
a twist.
Like, he's really cool and stuff.
She loves Post Malone. She's jamming him all the time on YouTube.
What the So custom cabinets guy.
LDS! What's LDS?
The Latter-day Saints, bro.
Oh.
The Mormons. I'm the Antichrist. The Mormons, bro. Religion. Religion.
What makes you the Antichrist?
I like dressing edgy, bro.
Good vibes.
That's a good point. That was in the
I've
Bible.
been drinking this since I was 12.
Why?
Because caffeine is my addiction.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Famous.
This is my bitch. This is my bitch, dude.
Oh, gas, no brakes. Oh, gas.
Vaccinated and ready to.
Who?
Anyone. Anyone? Everyone here. Let's do it.
Oh, everybody.
Everyone here?
Let's do it. I don't give a. Yes, sir.
That's a bold. All right, let's form an orderly queue.
Remember these faces.
Sipping on cocoa, bitch, I go loco. Think that I'm playing, bitch, that is a no-no. Taking this bitch and she like,
oh my god.
Fucking so good, that little hoe is a you sipping on lean.
The middle school Baptist choir is really going in.
They call me Lil Zay, and I'm here to get the pay. Cause I'm bitches, and I leave them in the ditches. And I stay really fly. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Oh, I'm freestyling? Hey, hey.
He's a prime demon.
Big 14 on the beat. I'ma come up, bitch. I'ma get that for free. Hey, got that, then I snap back, rack it, then it slap it, stop it, and go start it in the slime that I rock with. Super toxic, box him like the oxys, and you know.
Oh, he's really going in.
Chicken. They know I'm Robo, can't talk, cause I'm in the throw, bro. Star Wars. I'm on solo, drugs.
This isn't a freestyle. He knew the words.
Rap on a skrilla, say I'm a driller. Walking a party with all of my run up. I stay in a villa. Glock 9.
They're literally singing it. This is not a freestyle.
My nemesis, you want some boy, but you're not getting it. Yes, it is, but only if I'm spitting it. Only be famous if you stay consistent. Bad little Barbie, I'm her little Ken. Bad little
I'm not impressed.
Paying for tens, then we pull up in Benz. Yes, we pull up in Benz, and I stay with my friends. That's all I got. That's all I got. Some of the stuff I rap about may not be true, but it's what everyone wants to hear now. People just want to hear straight trap shit, straight.
I love that. Who said that first? I think it was Slim Jesus. Slim Jesus. This is only for the actual rap enthusiasts. Slim Jesus, back in, I think it was, what, 2014? Released songs about, like, shooting up people on his street and, like, I buy guns and I women and do drugs while women. And he was, like, a 15-year-old kid. And they were like, there's no way you do these things. You're 15. You are a 15-year-old, very skinny white man who came from an affluent neighborhood. And he's like, yeah, no, it's all a lie. And they're like, oh, it's a lie. Yeah. And they're like, okay. And then he never made another song. Who remembers the whole Slim Jesus? That was such an interesting story back in the day. Oh, cool. We have some veterans in here. Nice. Yeah.
People, I straight smoke weed. Like, it doesn't matter. People want to hear that. I do have my.
He really was the first unashamed fake.
I grew up with like an abusive mom, mentally, physically, and she kicked me out the house for some dumb. I used to live in Ogden, and then I moved all the way down here with my father. And me and my father recently just got evicted from our house, and I was like,
oh, this is
on the
sad
street,
now.
basically. And then this has been my friend for like 6 years, and he told me, he was like, hey, bro, like you really need a place to stay. Like I got you, like I got an extra room right now. And so I was like, bro, you're a lifesaver. And so now I've been living with him for a few months.
What do you want to be when you grow up, bro?
I want to be a famous rapper. Actually, I'm on my way there. 300,000 views on 2 songs.
Let's go.
How close are you?
I'm still far. I got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna get there one day.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
He's 17 with a tattoo.
Never give up. You'll make it.
Clap that, then it snap back, rack it, then it slap it.
There's the reset Epic Quest and nobody.
That I rock with, super toxic, box him like the oxys, and you know we poppin'.
The haters, what everybody has to say, it's that right mindset that gets you there.
Well, that and a lot of luck. That was one wild ride. I need to start going to concerts from a distance, like maybe a Zoom call into a concert, perhaps. In fact, actually, I don't want to go to any of these concerts. Actually, I like to watch Andrew do it though. What a ride! Holy. Well, good luck to them though. I hope they make it. That cut song could have been saved low key. I don't even know what song you're referring to. Was it the last one? Maybe, I don't know. Radiohead's new music video, bro. I'm on Twitch. I had to turn on streamer mode for Guardians of the Galaxy because I have Motley Crue and Rickroll in it. You really think I can watch the Radiohead new music video on Twitch? Comedian humiliates a Karen. Yes?
I don't know how you guys feel about this shit. Do you feel like it's a conspiracy, COVID? Hell yeah! All right, that's the right accent for that. I was a driver from Kentucky, sir. Glad you're here. Hell yeah, fuck.
Maybe. I can check that out later, Matthias. On my own.
Not gonna let fear govern my life. Take a backseat. Dad, I'm scared. I'm with you.
I can see where this is gonna go. I see what's gonna happen.
I know it's a conspiracy. They locked us up for 3 months. I had to shave my own head, right? And then they start the race war. Really? Now I look like a neo-Nazi in Whole Foods?
Because we'll have our flight attendants, but that's the reason for our delay. We're waiting.
Oh, this has a whole story to it.
So I'll keep you guys updated. Still 8:45 a.m. departure.
No, I don't know what that is. Stereo. I saw some TikToker, his girlfriend and her lover. He was like a Skyrim TikToker or something. What's up?
Alright, so to put this in perspective, there's a lady in the front row that was making faces to the host who was having a hard set.
You guys didn't hear about that? Yeah, well, sorry to interrupt the comedian's routine here to talk about a sad story. Yeah, the name was like Jin Kid or something.
A TikTok star is accused of shooting his wife and her friend after prosecutors say he set up a hidden iPad to spy on her.
The famous TikToker is facing life in prison without the possibility of parole for allegedly his estranged wife.
And him and his wife were divorcing, and he apparently caught her with another man during the divorce. And he went on TikTok and did like a live stream where he was just like calling her a bitch, and then he turned off the live stream, her and the guy. It was terrible. Yeah, it was nutty. I'm surprised that wasn't a bigger story. He was very popular.
She's basically trying to get in his head by making faces, constantly chatting to
When
her
does he
friend during my
slam
set,
and
the
jam
headliner's
here?
set. She eventually got kicked out when the headliner was on. I was featuring this show for Josh Wolf, and I had some pretty nasty interactions with her, so feel free to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Your friend is so much more fun than you. It's insane.
Take her home.
Take her home. No one's going to take you home. That's the problem.
Oh, oh my god.
Fans are missing, so will the Reading movie.
Oh, boy. Oh!
Has never done that? I can tell. You sound divorced.
This is like an Xbox Live conversation.
Ready to fuck this for 30 years? Been there, done that. Fuck. People just trying to forget that we have a pandemic for an hour and a half. We only got some Karen.
This is the actual real-life Xbox Live argument.
You're not Karen? What's your name? Gigi. Maybe you have like a shirt of a Gigi. It's very working the corner. Gigi, come here. Look for a chicken twister around the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's her heckle.
Why do people like her even go to these things?
How you guys doing over here? Good? A little Christian Eagle bait?
Makes you tier 1 fart.
What do you think about these scissor sisters disrespecting the
I love Harry Mack. What does that have to do with this lady, though?
Thank you for just eating your food. That's how you don't enjoy
I'm here to watch him apparently slam and jam here.
Now. They just hate me and eat their fries.
How tall is Charlie? 5'6".
Just laugh, man. So become a queen. Just let it out. We know you can't queen. This shit sounds like a shit horn.
Oh, she is not having any fun. Oh.
It's so empty in here.
Thanks to the Prime Monster and there's some Gizmo.
That's not how she gets around. You just call her a whore. I don't know why you hear that with her. There's the smile. There's the serotonin. I know the Prozac comes down. We got 7 o'clock. That's when it usually dips.
Well, it wasn't as wild as chat led me to believe, but it wasn't bad or anything. I was just expecting it to be a nutty Clash of the Titans, but it was just someone's drunk mom just saying dumb shit. Hero truck driver has hosts in stitches. So this one?
One man has become an instant hero on his local grocery run, stopping a robbery in its tracks by tackling the culprit.
T, as his friends call him, was the
Oh.
last person these bumbling
Is this the right in the guy?
across, and he joins us now. T, so great to have you on the show.
Thank you, how are you?
Hey!
Good seeing you, bro.
Oh, look fantastic.
Hey.
Just take us through
He looks so
what
nice.
unfolded, T.
To be honest, it was just like a normal day.
It's such a good accent. He just sounds like Korg
Off their magazine.
from the Avengers
And
movies.
then I seen like the lady in the medical center. She was waving up, so I was like, "Hello." And then
He's definitely a Kiwi, for
I
sure.
didn't know what she was waving at, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then I jumped out the truck, and then she was like, "There's 2 guys next door in the pharmacy robbing it," and I was like right now. And then she's like, yeah, right now. And so I was like, oh, I'll wait there then, and I'll go over and check it out. So I just walked over, stood in front of the door, and then I looked down and I seen them, and I was like, mate, what are you up to? And then they just looked at me.
In my neighborhood?
Looked at me, and then
About
they
to beat
started
your
walking
ass.
towards me. At that time, I didn't know whether they had knives or anything, so I sort of was just being cautious about it, to be honest. And then the closer they got,
Yeah.
I sort of took a step back, and then that's when the first fella just ran straight past me. I was like, but he got away. And then the second fella just looked at me. I was like, you're not going anywhere, cuz.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah. And
So what did you do?
So I just tackled that fella down. Oh, well, that's when I grabbed the guy and I tackled him on the ground and just held him there. And then I was just literally, he was struggling at first, and I just said to him, I was like, mate, you're wasting your breath. You're just going to make yourself tired.
He should open his own security company.
After a little while, he sort of just...
He just goes to gas stations and trips people, I
I
guess.
have a son, he's 15 years old, so my fatherly instinct kicked in, and I just started giving him life advice, I guess.
Did you say to him, Mr. T, did you say to him, oh, too many weights, not enough speed?
But I should have aimed.
But you must have said,
Yeah,
you
I
obviously, you had no concern for your own safety.
Thanks to the
I
Prime.
love this.
Degenerate
And then
Live and the
you
resub
tackle
Xavius.
him down. Did you not, in all seriousness, have any worries about
He's the
being hurt
Viper's
at all?
CEO,
Because,
true.
you know, he could have had anything.
Nah, to be honest, that wasn't even in my mind, to be honest, the lady asked for help, and I was just like, yeah, I got your back.
He's like a Kiwi Batman without any of the tech
T, I want to know
or
what
martial arts
advice you
training.
gave him. Because I think it took about 10 minutes for the cops to get there.
Yeah, well, it was pretty much just like, I was like, because at first I asked him how old he was, and he told me 15, so I was like, mate, I got a 15-year-old son, why are you hanging out with those drop kicks? Yeah, he's like, good for you.
What does that even mean?
Like, you got your whole life ahead of you, but you're 15 years old. Come on, mate. And then he sort of offered me a bribe. He's like, bro, I'll give you $200 if you let me go. And I'm like, cuz. I pointed at my work truck there. I was like, bro, I got a job. I don't need the money.
Oh, man, you are
And then, and then I'm just like, I was telling him, because he's like, just let me go. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. And then I just sort of told him, I said, oh, I'm sorry, bro, but this is what happens when you're a naughty boy, eh? Mate, you deal with the consequences, cuz.
That's like a 50 Shades of Grey line.
You are a proper legend. The New Zealand Prime
He's
Minister
a tier one
is also,
Dante.
in Australia
They
right
give some
now,
big nuts.
and you're the kind of Kiwi that needs to be celebrated in a very, very large way. Do you want to come over my place for a hungy?
What does that mean?
Mate, I'll cook it for you, cuz.
What the f is a hungy?
You're a legend, my man. Mr.
That is
T,
absolutely a
thank you
euphemism.
so much for being with us.
You weren't wrong, that guy was awesome. Holy shit.
Pretty viral. A lot of people were commenting and replying to this post, and I want to go through a few.
There's a website that shows his deleted Reddit history, not remove edit. Yeah, it doesn't prove that those pictures are either A, real, or B, him. There are people, and I do know people keep recommending the Worthless 319. I think I've seen it, but I don't really know. I'll look it up. Didn't we see this? I really feel like we have. So chat seems divided on whether or not we've watched this. It sounds really familiar to me, and this time frame seems about right. Definitely haven't seen this one, but I think we've seen this.
It's very graphic, and it could potentially haunt you for life.
Is it a toss problem on Twitch, or does he not show anything? Also, this immediately doesn't look familiar, so I don't know if we've seen it.
Some of you might already be familiar with this user, since this topic is more or less 3 years old. Most of his posts were made on the subreddit Awakened. His first ever post talks about North Korea and the USA. He will infrequently talk about political topics, but the main focus of his posts will become apparent in the second post he made. This post deals with his self-mutilation. He also elaborates that he almost passed away due to its severity. In the replies, he has a few interactions with people about spirituality.
He's a bit cryo.
He's afraid of suffering, and people tell him to take it slow and to not read too much into it, but he seems to be unable to do so. And suffering seems to be the main topic that he's concerned about. In his third post, he again talks about the same stuff, but it gets very dark in the replies.
Sounds like the dude from that,
is
like Da Vinci Code that keeps hitting himself with a stick,
but roughly 1 inch
like
of the base remains.
Flail or whatever.
My intuition, God, higher self, primal instinct, etc., tells me to remove it. The first time I used a gun, now I must use a knife, and it is going to be exceedingly difficult and painful compared to a few trigger pulls. After getting the advice to
he removed his with a gun. I mean, that sounds like a lie. That wouldn't even work. That's like that carnival game where you shoot out a star with the BBs. You'd have to do like a full line. Well, I guess you could be using a higher caliber bullet to be actually. I didn't even think of that.
In this post, he goes to length explaining how he circumcised himself, shot his own dick 4 times with a revolver, and then fried and ate it. He also lost his left testicle in the process.
That was a thing on Cannibal Cafe.
Ended up at the hospital. In a different reply, he explains that he sawed his own and then ate it. His friend ate his left testicle. He also states that he needed to peel off his left testicle before cooking it. And someone was curious as to how it tasted, and he claims that it tastes like chicken, and that he cut it in half since he almost vomited trying to eat the whole thing. He states that he's only following God's will, and that he's afraid of the pain that he will experience when he decides to cut off the remaining part. When receiving questions as to how he endures the pain of shooting his dick so often, he just explains that it's unbearable, but he needs to continue. He also is willing to send the images of his doings to people who are doubting him. Against all doubts, OP delivered.
Okay, does he actually, in this video, let me see. Let me make sure he doesn't actually show the pictures if there are any. Before continuing though, I will say, having pictures doesn't necessarily confirm that. You guys remember the BME Pain Olympics where there's the video of the dude cutting his cock off? It's fake. You can fake those things. You can easily, well, easily might not be the right word depending on how the pictures look, but yeah, you can absolutely fake it. Again, I guess they could be real. It sounds unbelievable, but I guess it is possible. I'm just saying, like with the BME Pain Olympics where everyone's like, can you believe this guy cut his own cock off on camera? That was fake. That is a confirmed fake video. So I'm sure you could also fake pictures too. Okay, it doesn't look like he shows anything. The way he's talking about it seems like he's fishing for attention. That's the impression I get.
I truly do, even if it comes at the cost of myself. But know what goes around comes around. What followed was something that probably no one
It wasn't fake? Know this. This was a big deal. The creator of the BME Pain Olympics even came forward saying, yes, that shock video, all of that was fake. Now, it's not everything that the creator has posted being fake, but that video in particular is fake. Because the person behind it, Shannon Larrett, is Devin Larrett's brother. He passed away now, but before then, he did publicly state that it was a fake video. Is it so unbelievable the Reddit dude actually did it? I think so, and especially the way he talks about it, but again, it could be. I'm just saying, just because there's pictures doesn't necessarily mean it's real. I know Wang talked about it in his video, but there was a whole interview with him where he just said, like, yeah, that was fake. Made to be a viral shock video, capitalizing on that trend back then. Is it in his Wikipedia, I wonder? Oh, here we go, here it is. Here's the article. Yeah, so it is in this interview. It goes over, I probably can't even show this website. The man responsible for the creation of this site was Shannon Larrett. Shannon was himself one of the first people in the West to have his tongue split and among the first 3 people to ever receive an eyeball tattoo. Shannon's BME website would gain further notoriety after he created a fake but very convincing shock video titled BME Pain Olympics Final Round. I can probably show this part actually. It's just him getting his eyeball tattooed. Yeah, so this was an interview with him and it goes over like the history and why he created it. I actually didn't know this part. This video originally concluded with a disclaimer noting that the footage was not genuine. However, shortly after being passed around the internet, the disclaimer was removed, leaving many viewers to believe that they were actually watching self-performed castrations and penectomies. Yeah. So that, like I said, that video was fake. This has been proven fake. The Workless 319? There, hold on. Nah, I'm deep in it now. Where? Like I said, just because there are pictures doesn't mean the pictures are genuine there. And the way he talks about it is literal Reddit, like, attention seeking. It didn't seem genuine even from the get-go. Where was it debunked? Because I don't even see anything on it. I just see people discussing it. Where was it proven to be fake? There's a whole Reddit about it being debunked. Fuck, okay, I'll have to go to that after, then I don't feel like going that far out of the way now. I'll finish it.
In this one, he states that he already cut off 90% of his genital and that God requires him to cut off the remaining 10%. He also is unsure whether this even would be enough since a portion of his dick is inside of him, so he would need to carve a hole into his body to fully complete his task. In further postings, he gives us a more graspable reasoning behind his intentions. He has the conception that he was chosen by God and that he needs to mutilate himself in order to avoid a potential conflict with North Korea. He basically sees himself as a prophet, receiving direct orders.
Who's to say he wasn't?
To say, here's some more
God did some stuff to the people that like followed him back in the day.
It reads, "If I don't do this, it's Armageddon time. End of the world. End of humanity as a cosmic player in the universe. Think of Donald Trump, North Korea, the increase in current natural phenomena, hurricanes which shape a spiral galaxy, etc.
Good luck.
The mushroom is a symbol of power. Psychedelics, the mushroom clouds from nukes, it's one mushroom to avoid the rest. If I make it through this final step, my soul will descend into hell to be purified and the earth will be renewed through my suffering. It's extremely unpleasant and a daily question why God chose
the prime punch.
I'm the most average person I can think of.
Oh, he's the hero.
He also states that he had visits at insane asylums 5 times. When he received concerns from users whether he plans on harming others,
he
replied with, "No, just myself. The opposite of others. I did this for others." In addition to this, we get a lot of personal information about Worthless 319. I'm the most average person I can think of, but I've always had a lot of love.
Aww.
For the past year, I've been jobless living at home with my family, after I shot myself off and ate it. Before that, it was university, playing music, working out, and a decent amount of LSD over 2 years. God's drug. Even though his relationship to God seems to be mostly negative, he also talks about the positives. I'm in agony and suicidal depression most days, but no matter the pain, it's always been relieving to try and trust in God and the universe.
Why would you fake
What's also interesting
attention
is
just
that
like
he
this?
calls his doings urges, which are uncontrollable. His inner self is constantly
There's plenty
telling
of
him to
reasons.
sacrifice parts of himself, and he is unable to resist. I wish I could just end myself or something instead of bleeding out of my genitals. Thanks for the love though. It doesn't help much in these circumstances. Maybe it will help anyway.
People is insane, don't type this coherently. It reads like someone trying their best to play the role of like a crazy genital mutilating person.
For advice. He details
it reads very fake.
Illustration video of his left testicle on the internet.
There still is a chance it's not though.
I think I know where the video was and currently may be, but I'm obviously not going to share it here. It's on a rather well-known website and can be accessed through the ClearNet. That's all I'm going to say here. It's mostly just people sharing their concern and trying to convince him to not continue. Well, Worthless 319 always ignored these concerns.
Damn.
Without any exception.
We tried.
Now, before we proceed, you may be curious as to how he even releases himself. He shares his experiences
Out his butt.
in a reply. It reads,
Redirected it.
Sitting down. If you're talking about orgasmic, since I finished castrating myself, I haven't gotten turned on once. Before castration, I had one nut. I blew apart my left one. I could come very easily by thought alone. In other posts, he shares his state of mind. The sensation of feeling helpless and not knowing how to continue. Here's an example. I especially fear the end of humanity as it approaches. It's inches away. Centimeters.
Goddamn 5G.
No one understands me, especially myself. I don't know who I am any longer. I'm so close to the point of complete surrender that it appears infinitely far away and I keep grasping. I've gone insane. After this, we get to the spiciest part of his entire post history. His post on morbid questions. It has obviously been deleted, but we can take a look at the content of his post by looking it up on Remove Edit. The post reads, "How much would it hurt to have your dick cut off? I asked because I shot it 4 times with a revolver, cooked it, and ate it afterwards. I called an ambulance after about 5 minutes of listening to music laying on the ground.
Yeah, this definitely is
fake. I don't remember
fake.
much of the pain due to the ambulance ride and anesthesia. I presume a knife slicing through it would hurt more than bullets. What do you think?" He also attached an image, and yeah, it is at least what remains of it. This post in particular went pretty viral. A lot of people were commenting and replying to this post, and I want to go through a few.
There's a website that shows his deleted Reddit history, not Remove Edit. Yeah, it doesn't prove that those pictures are either A, real, or B, him. There are people, and I do know this is a thing, I think it's called a penectomy, I think. There are people that have actually cut their cock off online, and there's videos of it. But I don't think this guy was one of them, because he just keeps making Reddit posts like he's an anime villain or something going into a monologue. I don't think this is, like, real. But the actual act of someone cutting their own cock off, and that is something that some absolute maniacs have done. Pan Olympics is not one of them. That was fake. I just pulled up the article with the Shannon Larrett interview.
Here the user says, "Damn, I was just about to ask for pics or it didn't happen, but Jesus Christ. Worthless. Why did you cap your..." Others were too afraid to click on the image, but there were quite a few people that were confirming that the image was indeed the real deal. There was one more reply from Worthless sharing 3 pictures in total upon request. Worthless definitely was not reluctant to share proof of his sacrifices. He would also ask for advice in the BDSM or transgender subreddit, but didn't have any success. He actually would make numerous posts asking for advice as to how he can endure the pain of cutting his. In other posts, he receives the advice to look for help multiple times, but it's obvious that Worthless couldn't care less. His last ever post depicts his dog. We never heard from him ever since.
Ooh, how deep does it go?
First, he blew his left testicle and 8 months later he castrated his right nut. He also states that he was a part of the US Naval Academy in 2012 and that he dropped out. He also shared an image through DMs with the user, and this illustration depicts God in his eyes. He posted a few pictures of his dog. It's not entirely known what happened to his dog after Worthless became inactive on Reddit. Whether Worthless passed away or not is also not confirmed. He talked quite a bit about passing away in threats in order to serve God, so it's definitely possible that he took his life. He wanted to end himself by bleeding out of his pelvic area to prevent a conflict between North Korea and the States.
It might have worked too. We still haven't entered into a conflict.
Like DMT and LSD. He even had a very bad trip while being on LSD. He seems very delusional in replies and threats, and people guess that he most likely was intoxicated in most circumstances. There were people who were motivating Worthless to further self-mutilate himself in the name of religion. The users doing that deleted their accounts. So, as for information about Worthless...
Charlie, I saw the images, the dude has no dick. Like I said, on the internet, it's called a penectomy. There are people that have literally cut their own cocks off. There was even on the... This was a big one, the Cannibal Cafe. Cannibal Cafe, what was his name? Armin Minsk, something like that? The user on Cannibal Cafe said, hey, I want my cock cut off and I want to eat it. Oh, there we go. Armin Muse. On Cannibal Cafe, back in the early 2000s, there was a dude who's like, I want my cock to be cut off and then eaten. Will anyone oblige? Someone did, got together, literally cut his dick off, they ate it, he bled out in the bathtub. Like, there are people, and there are real videos and images of people cutting off and mutilating their own cocks. No doubt that exists. What I'm saying is this Reddit user is most likely not the one that is doing what's described or shown in those images. It's very likely he just took some of those stills from the videos or those pictures and is then making this story around this whole thing for attention. Because the way he writes is very much like a Redditor seeking attention. Just going by the way he writes. Again, could be totally wrong. It could genuinely be him. I'm just saying all of this seems super fake. He's making posts in other subreddits like, hey, how do I do this? I actually shot my nut off, which is why I'm asking, because I'm trying to save the America from North Korea using LSD, parentheses, God's drug. Again, I shot my nut off and then I castrated myself. I've been bleeding and it's painful, but I'm doing it for you guys. By the way, how do I do this? Like, it seems like he's fishing for attention at every possible step with his post. That's what it seems like.
We know the following.
Thanks to resub Bat Adventure and the 5 gift subs blind.
Florida, and he is 23 and Caucasian. We also know that 6 to 7 months ago, around September 2017, he was admitted to the hospital for the first sacrifice, where he was institutionalized. And roughly 5 months
you are more accepting of the secret space program's legitimacy.
Where he cannot back off and
True.
We have no certainty whether he really passed away, since there are no news articles from Florida talking about this. You could argue that it's too sensitive to receive media coverage, but that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, it would. It would absolutely receive coverage.
Something like that would get reported in Florida.
He's going to bring up Cannibal Cafe.
Instance, we have a similar case,
or not,
which received media coverage. Also, there's no certainty whether the pictures he shared are really from him.
Right.
They could have been cropped, so they aren't really reverse image searchable. He could have confirmed that the images indeed were from him if he showed a piece of paper with a date or his username on the image, but he never delivered, even when people were demanding it. Even if the pictures were real and from him, we don't really know if he truly mutilated himself.
Yep.
It could be some sort of malformation from birth, or a disease he had, or something similar. But besides these points,
there is really
nothing that would really hint to this being fake.
Thank you.
It's fairly similar to the user Snapfingers, which
are police reports in Florida public? They are.
But in direct comparison, the post history from Worthless319 is much more authentic. You truly need to be up in your head to stick to this for months, making threats and posts and also sharing grotesque images. In the end, you can only hope that Worthless is alive and found help, but in all honesty, I highly doubt that's the case.
That was interesting. Again, I think that whole story is fake. Pictures, probably not, but the story, at least surrounding them with that user, I think definitely are. And luckily, it looks like we have a scientist in here. I've seen the pictures. They 100% weren't from him. He claimed to have shot us, but most of the pictures were shaved. A burn there would have simply prevented hair growth, at least in some spots. And there's also no wound in the area in any of the pics, just the absent. Yeah, I haven't seen the pictures, so I can't really analyze them myself. But I have been playing a lot of LA Noire, so if I do see them, I'll probably be able to get some clues. But I'm not going to do it on stream. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a piss and then send a text message.
In the situation to arouse him to give me a
What are you saying? What a weird guy. How does someone get so far gone? Respect using images from the Cyberpunk trailer for his NFT game. Heard that was an accident, but yeah, I did hear about it. Apparently it was just supposed to be placeholders for their site that went live, I don't know. Oh yeah, Gunner posted a new video. I wanted to watch that one. He told me about that. Damn, Gunner's kind of popping off. Good job. Yeah, it was about the Logan Paul guy. So the guy who asked Logan Paul for a job, that was super goofy. I guess he went on Dr. Phil too. Dr. Phil probably can't even spell YouTube. Why would he care?
This is real. I walked to New York City. Oh my god, the Big Apple. It's crazy. Was that honestly much different than what $sign Empire did? Hey, whatever happened to this guy? This fella right here. You know the guy who went viral on TikTok 6 months
and the recent Fernando and Zombie.
Jake Paul's fight against Tyrone Woodley, justifying Logan Paul and begging for a job. The TikTok got 15 million views, and it basically went something like this. I just quit my job, Logan Paul. Can I have a job, Logan Paul? What are you good at? Oh, I'm not good at anything. Do you have what it takes?
It was a good pitch, and it was actually a pretty good pitch.
I don't have any friends? Good luck, man. Don't believe me? Okay, here's the full clip.
I quit my job legit, trying to talk about
trying to get a job. Butter.
I was 7 dances.
Oh, so you really got what it takes.
Yeah, I don't.
Then why would I
need a
mentor?
mentor.
Do you have people, friends?
I don't.
Friends? You got friends. You got amigos.
I don't.
Bro, you're a good-looking guy, bro. You have friends, bro. You're lying.
Thanks for the bits, Edgar.
And then cut to him
Goddamn.
crying
Thank you,
in his
man.
car about quitting his $100K a year salary job as a welder, and Logan not hiring him on the spot, despite telling him he really, really wanted it.
I just talked to Logan Paul. I make $100,000 a year.
Well, his name is Austin Wallace, and he got clowned
Hey,
by
Austin.
the whole internet for basically being spoiled and looking for a handout, which he was. But Austin appeared to have learned his lesson and swore he wouldn't give up on his dream of becoming an influencer.
I just want to instant gratification. I know, and I should have known it doesn't.
What does his hat say? No. What? What does that mean? Is that like a brand? Oh, is there an S there? No fucks? It looks like a period. I don't think that's an S. No, that doesn't look plural. It looks like a period. No full stop.
Doesn't work like that.
Oh, you're right.
Hard work and dedication. 365 days.
Damn.
I'm going to be in LA. I'm living in LA.
His villain origin story is old news, but it's necessary backstory because this week I decided to check in
Universe
on
and
Wallace
Criminal
and see how he was doing.
Or to be an influencer. A few months ago, I started posting
But
stuff
why?
on social media. Some of the media influencers I like are the Paul brothers. Logan and Jake Paul.
He even says he's bad at it.
Okay, well there's your
So
first
why?
mistake. Taking Xanax before Dr. Phil interview is never a good idea, and your second mistake was idolizing the Paul brothers. It's kind of bizarre the world we live in, where now some current fans of the Paul brothers are fully grown men with fully grown beards. Austin is 23. He's my age, but doesn't act like it, as is the case with any other human who grew up thinking these two were good influences. Austin is the type of guy in high school who would take post-it notes and make what's called a paper wasp to launch it.
Yeah.
Except he would go a step further, and he would put thumbtacks in the post-it note to literally impale people on impact. I realize
That's
it's a
kinda
very
fucked up.
specific thing I'm claiming he used to do, but you can't convince me otherwise he didn't do it.
Since the video went viral about meeting Logan Paul, people have been really saying hateful stuff. I'm entitled,
As a
go
Dashi
jump off
in
a
the
building.
resub,
And that
Yorichi.
it's so stupid that you quit your job.
Hold on, you can't just slip one hateful thing in the middle of 3 comments and that makes them all hateful. Calling you spoiled or saying you shouldn't have quit your job is different than telling you to jump off a building. 2 of those are criticisms, and 1 is wishing upon you. Yeah, it sucks. I'm getting all these hateful comments telling me that I shouldn't expect handouts, that I should literally douse myself in gasoline, light a match, and burn alive. And that might be your looks dumb.
So what did you think was going to happen? You drive up and ask for a job.
I thought maybe I was gonna get lucky. Not lucky, but like, I felt like maybe he was gonna say, "Hey, come on,
Why?
I'll give you some advice. Let's go talk."
How delusional do you have to be?
I think a big part of Austin's problem is that he just can't use words. And he doesn't really know what he means when he says things. Take what he just said, for instance. I was hoping I was going to get lucky. No, I wasn't. I was hoping I'd get advice, which Logan did give him. No, I was hoping to get an internship, which would have just been getting lucky, right? So you were trying to get lucky, so just stick to that.
I was upset. I didn't feel like I was enough in the situation to arouse him to give me
What are you saying? What a weird guy. How does someone get so far gone? Like, the delusion is baffling. Still so shameless about the situation, as if only I could have aroused Logan Paul more, I'd have a job right now. He had one more TikTok about it. I think he tried to make merch out of it. Does anyone remember what it was called? It wasn't Notes, I don't think. What was his merch called? No one remembers. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, arouse him? What? Oh, like turn him on? Gross. Oh, I mean, it's a valid strategy, but oh my, gross. Kind of changes the whole connotation of the getting lucky thing. Did you want a Logan Paul? Is that what this is all about? Look, I support you, brother. It's just a big curveball, and Jake is clearly hotter. The interview kind of ends with this weird segment where Dr. Phil brings in to touch an emu, the guy who made those really viral headphone dances that he wouldn't stop milking out of. I hate that Justin Bieber song now because of him, and Dr. Phil just kind of makes him do his dance with him to see if he has what it takes, and he doesn't. Regardless, Dr. Phil didn't really address the problem with us.
He never
If anything,
does.
He's encouraged it by having him on and connecting him to another influencer he can try to finesse exposure from. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, let's take a look at Austin's channel and some of his videos. Sneaking into Danny Duncan World Tour. The Island Boys Scared Me. How I Met Bryce Hall.
Yeah, I want to see that one. What was that? What's his channel? I could probably just type in The Island Boys Scared Me. Yeah, I want to see that one.
Real. I walked in
that one sounds like a banger.
It's New Year's edition.
Wow, this is really loud. Holy shit. So this guy wants to be the Paul brothers, but without any personality.
Austin quit his lucrative job as a welder to achieve social media fame.
There you go.
This guy's good.
Denali, you guys remember my other vlogs? It broke down. So thank God for freaking Facebook Marketplace. Got this thing for $200. I went back to Will.
Your brother.
Him?
Yeah.
That ain't my brother though. You imbecile.
What is happening?
Well, he would win a fight.
What the is this?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you got COVID?
Don't talk to me, bro. Are you supposed to be another Logan Paul brother? We could give you good advice because we're not trying to tear you down.
What is going on? What is this? This is like
we're just trying to tell you, okay,
glitch dialogue in Skyrim.
It works, you know what I mean? Expand your mindset.
All right, cool.
I'm done with this conversation.
Bro, they are trolling like AF, and I don't need advice from
what the just happened?
But I am gonna.
Oh, I was gonna say he had someone film for him? Guess not. That would have thrown out the whole thing he said about having no friends.
Alright, I made it.
He really might not have any friends. Yeah, this is sad. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually don't even think the Island Boys thing was like a real scene. I think he just spliced together like a duet on TikTok.
Sneaking into Danny Duncan World Tour. The Island Boys Scared Me. How I Met Bryce Hall. From the looks of it, it seems like he's still trying to use other influencers to prop up his career, which was the problem with the Logan Paul situation. No one was mad that he was trying to make it in social media. That's cool. It's that he wanted and thought he deserved instant success from somebody else, as evident of him being upset at Logan Paul
I think he earned
after
it.
the fact. I want to be a successful YouTuber. You know what I'm not
The
gonna
Island
do to
Boys
get
scared
there?
out of him.
Sneak into YouTube HQ and demand Susan Wojcicki to pump up my channel. Because, well, Susan, with no due respect, I think I'm pretty funny. Can you do something about that? Let's take a look at this video from Austin. Ask Bryce Hall to box, because I think it will elaborate on what I'm trying to get at.
I was told that Bryce Hall is gonna be in Destin, Florida. Anyway,
So all this guy does is try and put himself in front of
and I decided,
YouTubers.
You know, I like taking opportunity.
And TikTokers.
And I do what I can with opportunity. I'm gonna go see him and try to get a job.
Great. Okay, so no lessons have been learned, and you're going to do the same exact thing you got ridiculed online for by asking Bryce Hall for a job now. I thought you said before that you weren't looking for quick gratification and that you understand it takes hard work. Why are you still asking other influencers, now even younger than you, for a job?
And I'm not all alone this time. I got my boy, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Not my friend, just a camera guy.
You got friends, you gotta be ghosts.
This guy, my cameraman. We are just business acquaintances. So Austin and his not friend Brandon just kind of show up at Bryce Hall's pop-up tent for his energy drink brand with Josh Richards, where they're doing signatures for their teenage girl fans, where Austin definitely fits in at. Once again, like the Jake Paul fight, he's not invited, and this time he's not even a fan of them, just walking right up to them with a camera in their face asking for a job. Yeah, you know what's actually the best way no one ever gives you a job? Filming yourself asking. Yo, Bryce, yo, over here, yo, can I get a job? Like, I know, like, you're busy doing stuff, but, like, I could really use a job. Are you getting aroused yet?
I went over to Logan and asked for a job. That is right. But can I have a job? I can do any job. Dude, no, I just moved back with my parents because I'm broke.
This is going very well.
I mean, let's say you can sell it. Yeah. You can sell one of these bitches on eBay. So I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not a fanboy. I know, but you can sell it. Yeah, you're right.
Austin, why say I'm not your fanboy? Bryce was actually being pretty nice to you, and then you just dropped that line for no reason. You would think if all you do is trying to get things from people, you'd be better at it.
You should, like, at least pretend.
You should be nice to the person you're begging for a job from. Bryce, I'm not your fanboy. I don't like you. Give me a job. You know what I hate about this situation is that they can't go anywhere.
Austin is such a suave
so they
operator.
Just have to stay there and try to get rid of Austin. So they awkwardly sign his cans, and Bryce says to Austin what I guarantee he thought was a throwaway line to make him leave.
Yeah, I want to come out to LA, for real.
Well, if you come to LA, you can definitely go out with us.
Well, that just changed his whole life. That actually changed his whole life.
And your much younger cousin
One
comes up to
sentence.
you and says, "Hey, can we play Minecraft?" And you say, "No, sorry, buddy, like not right now." And they say, "Okay, bet. When?" You gotta say, "Oh, I don't know, like maybe like an hour," just to try to shake him off. And exactly an hour later, that kid spawns at your door like a demon saying, "We are playing." Like my 12-year-old cousin, Austin hung on to those words. We can definitely collab. And he gets his number from an anonymous source and then texts him, gets no answer, and then tries to FaceTime him, no answer.
God, that's so creepy.
He just shows up at his house.
My hope was literally belittling, so I decided to go.
That's not how that word works, but whatever.
I do not encourage anyone to do this. Never go up to a YouTuber's house. But I was literally thinking I had no other choice. As I was sitting there in front of his house, I decided that this is definitely not the right way to go about this.
Nice.
Thank God you realized that, because that's scary.
Thanks,
3 months ago, Bryce said,
Spain, and laced.
Psychotic behavior. And I love that message. I don't encourage this. Nobody do this. But I'm going to do this. That's one way to avoid criticism. Look, guys, I do not condone doing drugs. Nobody should do drugs. But I'm going to do a lot of ketamine this weekend. Now, again, thankfully, Austin backed out and didn't actually go up to his door. But apparently, this isn't even the first time he's done this. Rewind back to after the Logan Paul incident. Austin flew to Puerto Rico to film a comeback video, sort of like a Rocky parody thing. Do you know who also happens to live in Puerto Rico? Logan Paul. Now, here's a video of the guy who was filming that parody for Austin. And
this is super sad, honestly.
Austin actually didn't get any sleep from last night when he flew over, so he's going on 2 days without sleep. So he says he's going to go for a walk and clear his head. Give him a call. Turns out he's been sitting outside of Logan Paul's house for who knows how long. And he's telling me he's going to go up and ring Logan Paul's door right now.
Are we starting to see a pattern here? A really creepy stalker-ish pattern? This isn't Austin filming for a YouTube video anymore. It's harassment. To be fair, I don't know if this guy's telling the truth, actually. In the Danny Duncan video on Austin's channel, he sneaks into Danny's live event to ask him to collab. Because, yeah, showing up to Bryce Hall's house uninvited.
Why?
Beta move. Better yet, sneak into someone's private event without paying to ask them if they want to work together. That's how you start a business relationship founded on trust.
I don't want to collab.
My point is that Austin is infatuated with using famous people
false hope
to make
there.
himself famous by crossing so many boundaries. I don't think he's a bad dude, but I think he's extremely confused on the right way to go about things.
That's illegal. It is. It is. It's called stalking.
Inspiration, Iraq.
Why is it so hard to be a creator in 2021? Who do we know who made it in 2020? Eric Decker, aka Arak. How am I gonna become the biggest YouTuber? Arak popped in my head.
I'm sure a lot of you might have heard of him before. He went from
potato.
0 to 1 million subscribers in 1 year. And a huge part of that growth was a series he did with Logan Paul that started out basically doing the same exact thing Austin did.
So the idea is to fly all the way to Miami, somehow obtaining an all-access pass, then using that all-access pass to hand and deliver my resume to Logan Paul.
And he did just that.
No way.
He asked Logan Paul for a job. Logan said no. And then he went to his house to try to film more content, which Logan actually got upset at.
You going to dance parties tonight?
I think you're charismatic. I have a general rule of thumb, and that's gonna come to my house.
Understood.
Lightly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you guys to leave.
Easy.
Now, in the end, it worked out for Arak. He had a very popular series where he bought these expensive couches from Logan Paul, which made for good content, and the clout sharking, despite its initial hiccups, was ultimately a success. Is there a dip between what Arak did and what Austin is doing when he told us that he is explicitly taking inspiration from...
So, I'm assuming that Arak guy does more than show up to Logan Paul's house, right? That's not what got him big. I'm unfamiliar with Arak. Let's trace it back. We'll be like an epidemiologist here plotting the course. So it looks like it didn't start with the Logan Paul thing. So when did he do that? Okay, so it looks like he did this unsuccessfully, but it was a viral video. He milked it for all those titties could produce. And that must have given... Oh, he's still milking it. I bought Logan Paul's couch. Okay. Paul's again. Okay. So that was the strat. And it worked. I mean, hey, congrats. Did him and Logan Paul become friends or something at some point? Or is this just clickbait? Maybe some bot views as well? Yeah, I imagine most of these startup channels, like someone going 0 to 1 million in a year, also buy bots. Because clearly Arax is a pretty wealthy individual. Like, even before the YouTube success, they seem to have a pretty good handle on money. So they probably at least bought something. Doesn't YouTube notice that? Probably. But I'm sure there's ways around it. That's how Travis Scott got his start. He botted his SoundCloud and then leveraged it with a record company. That was confirmed by his manager, who was the one that botted it for him after being paid for it. So there's definitely ways around the system. And it looks like it really worked well for this guy. And he did exactly what Austin did. That's crazy.
The couch buying series made more sense because he bought the couches and had a reason to show up at his house. While it sucks to say, I think the only difference is whether you come off likable and confident to the person instead of creepy, which Austin is definitely failing at. I would like to say that Arak is the exception and not the rule, because how bad would it be to start a meta where young content creators think that they need to sneak into private events and stalk other influencers for content? My advice to Austin, who will probably watch this, is just make your own content for now. You're not anybody yet, people do not know you, and you should not be trying to make content that relies on somebody else who is an unwilling participant, because it's needy, it's annoying, and in some cases it's illegal. Austin, I really do wish you the best. You seem passionate, and I hope you stay positive, so please take my criticisms and jokes in stride, but also hear them out. Wanting to be famous...
I have advice for Austin as well. If you're in the chat, stop. Just stop. People will spend their whole lives dedicated to striving for one thing that they're just not good at. You are not built for, like, influencer... I hate that word, but it's what he keeps labeling it as. It's not for you, man. So stop wasting your time and being a burden and nuisance to everyone that you try and, like, rope into it. You need to find what you're good at, and it's not TikTok and videos and... Not saying it just to be mean, it's just genuine advice. There are people that will spend their whole lives in a field that they are just not good at. I've seen it all the time with, like, art, writing. Like people will literally live this and be trash at it forever. You just need to find what you're actually good at. Yeah, stalking. Like, you seem to be pretty efficient at stalking and tracking down celebrities. Why not open, like, a private eye business where you solve, like, domestic cases or something? I don't know. So if a husband's cheating on a wife. That could be more up your alley. Paparazzi should be illegal. I would never tell someone to try and be a paparazzi. That should actually be a crime. Paparazzi is just organized stalking.
nonetheless. Anyways, be sure to subscribe as well as follow me on Instagram if
Gunner.
you want to track my geolocation, and check out my Patreon if you want
Another
to
banger.
into a parasocial
Nice, man.
relationship with yours truly. With that said, good day. Oh, yeah, can one of you pussies give me a job?
Thanks to the resub, guitar guy. Hey Gunner, good man. No, I haven't watched Donkey's Elden Ring review yet. I plan on it, but I'd like to reach out first, make sure he's okay with it on stream, and if not, I'll just watch it on my own. I usually watch Donkey on my own anyway. Thanks to Prime Harry. Whoa, from Degenerate Gambler. Oh, I see. Okay, this is getting a little sad. I'll say not really, but what I can do with it makes me happy. Like being able to pay Moisty Esports players and like support them and also be able to like cheer them on, that makes me happy. Or like paying to make the God Slap comic and, you know, paying the artist and all that. I like that. So being able to make those bigger things makes me happy, and for that it requires money. Thanks to Give Sub Coco, but it's not the money itself. So yesterday we went to a blacksmith. We were doing a little Forged in Fire competition of our own, and I got remarkably unlucky. So during the actual forging part, when you're hitting it with the hammer to actually like work harden the blade, I must have hit it too hard, and it shot scales, which are molten pieces of the metal. And typically when that happens, the scales will like bounce off you, like it'll hurt and it'll bounce off you. But I got so unlucky that a couple scales landed on my hand, and they were still like 2,000 degrees because the forge gets up to like 2,400, so by the time they shot up they were cooling down. So they're like 2,000 degrees, and they landed on my hand. And I couldn't get them off because they were so hot they stuck to my hand. I had to just sit there and painfully wait for them to cool down enough for me to flick them off. So obviously, since they were that hot and stayed on for that long, I really upped my hand from it. So I can't really like play games or anything right now. It's better today though, and then I had to go get a tetanus shot this morning. It is better today though. This morning they were pretty up. What were you making? I won't spoil, it's for a video. I won't spoil what we made. My blade came out pretty decent, all things considered. Everyone's did, really. It was a lot of fun. But that made me very upset. I just got very unlucky. You can't see anything. I just have them in band-aids now. Didn't Caleb make a kunai? Man, what was Caleb posting about it or something? Yeah, Caleb made a really nice kunai. He was the only one that made something small, though. All the other ones we made were, like, big. You weren't wearing heat-proof gloves? You wore it, so the technique was non-dominant hand goes in a heat-proof glove in order to hold it steady, but you wanted to keep your dominant hand ungloved so that way you had, like, better grip on the hammer or something? I don't remember now. But yeah, you only were wearing one heat glove. So with the other one, it was just open, and it's uncommon for the scales to stick. They say it happened to the ones destined to forge a holy sword. My blade is nice. My sword came out beautiful. Thanks to resub Wolf, Demon, and Sodius. I modeled it after an Elden Ring blade, a beloved one. How do you get a sword done? You'll have to wait for the video, but it was a lot easier than I expected. Up until second degree burned my flesh. But like all the way up until then, it was much simpler than I thought it would have been. It was a lot of angle grinding and then a lot of just like brute force. In fact, it was mostly angle grinding. It was almost a real like tragedy. So when it got on my hand, it was like burning really hot, like almost immediately. So instinct took over and I immediately like bent down to try and get this off my hand, but I bent down kind of forward where the blade still was, which was still 2,000 degrees, and I almost like headbutt the blade on my way down. It was a catastrophic failure, as Forged in Fire would say. It was close. Things went tits up in a hurry. I need to try this. Yeah, it was just like a blacksmithing class. I guess there's like local armorers that just have open classes. And it was really fun. Elden Ring live action. Yeah, I think this is a fan-made thing. I'm really not sure. Oh, speaking of live action, Halo starts tomorrow, baby. Episode 1 drops. That's so exciting. Yeah, it looks like most people didn't see this go up. I didn't see this either. We can check it out. Like I said, I think it's just like a fan-made thing for IGN. It's a commercial using a human. Oh. Oh. Let's check out this live action. So I was under the impression this was like kind of like Halo Landfall, but this is apparently just an ad. I'll still check it out anyway.
Seek the Elden Ring.
This is cute. It is just an ad though. I'm literally just watching an ad.
Arrogance is failure. The quest for the Elden Ring will be no different.
Why can't I go? Oh, because I made it a new tab. It wasn't live action at all. Yeah, it was just like a human being introducing Elden Ring. A little misleading. You seen the Jelly Bean drama? Yeah. I keep up with like most of the commentary channels across the platform just to see what's going on. The Jelly Bean drama seems so goofy. It seems like people didn't like her because they found her cringe. So then they just like annihilated her. She's like 16 or something. It's weird. I didn't get it. Maybe there was more to it, but from what I skimmed, it just really seemed highly unnecessary because it's a kid making kids content and a bunch of adults blasted her for it. Yeah, she got doxxed, harassed, threatened, all kinds of crazy all because they just didn't like the cringe of a child. Yeah, it's beyond petty. It's pathetic. It's more cringe that grown adult... Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Green. I completely agree. There's so much happening. There's so much to process. Oh my god. Now I need to order a custom cabinet. This man needs to get his ass eaten. How am I supposed to help?